Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize a God in you.
I recognize God in you.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Come on.
Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too.
I love you and I love you too.
Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love.
Every walk of life, where every breed and color, in kinship we unite. But it's in honor of the God in each other, so we come together.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you.
Namaste, I bow to you.
Feel the love in the sanctuary. Hey, lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. In the name of love.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Live from Seal Beach, it's Pacific Coast CSL Celebration Service. Yeah. Welcome to each and every one of you gathered in community, and welcome on the YouTube as well, because you may be seeing this live now, you may be seeing it later this week, you could even see it in a few years from now. And we're so, so glad that you are here. And a heartfelt reception to all the visitors and the new people. We're so glad you're here too. My name is Lorraine Urbina, and I'm a contributing member, and I'll be your host for today. Yay. I didn't even have to put the applause button on. That was really cool. Okay, before we begin, a few housekeeping notes. Our charming, adorable little parking lot, we park tandem, so make sure you get the little paper from the welcome team, put on your dashboard so we can notify you if you're blocking anyone. And at candlelight service last week, I was blocked in, and so I turned my phone back on, and I text messaged the person that was blocking me, and guess what? Their text message wasn't on. So there is an old-fashioned way. If the phone doesn't work, you get up and you walk to the, I saw the name on the dashboard, and I walked to that person, and I asked them to move the car, and that worked very well too. So there's multiple ways that the system works. And that brings me to my next topic. If you raise your hand if you have a cell phone with you today. See, they're our little friends, right? So make sure you silence it or turn it off. And if some of you have a brand new phone that you don't know how to turn off, that's okay. You can take that phone out to the charming parking lot and just deposit it in your tandem park car. Okay, our theme this year is cleaning up together. My, we're busy. And this month's theme is back to basics. And today's talk, the life that lives us. I love that. That sounds so backwards, doesn't it? But it's going to make sense today, I promise. And on our agenda today, we have our speaker, Jesse Keeler, minister in training. In Science of Mind, we see it as it's already done, so I call him Reverend Jesse. Our music team, and I will say the drummer did make this necklace for me for Christmas. We got so much jewelry from her this year. It's been wonderful. Our music team, Melissa Lewis on lead, Des Glover, and Michael Aliman. On platform, the practitioner that loves to tell us stories, and we love to listen to them, Janice Guerva. Service support, Rachel Rosen. Pre-service meditation, Reverend Juanita, and she's on watch back there. She's watching spiritually all of you. Yay! Our family coordinator, Winda Arcala, and Carol Amperini is the practitioner, and they're going to come and be with us today. What a blessing that is. Leadership Council, Carlos Moria. Sound and production, John Broderick and Matt Prophet. Production coordinator is Uncle T. With Maggie the dog. Hospitality team, Floran Limpus, Dina, and Janie. Yay! And our welcome team, thank you to the entire welcome team. We appreciate you so much. And Janice Marish for your leadership. All right. I'm going to say words. They're Reverend Veronica's words. They're new words for 2026. You ready? Cleaning up together. Our theme for 2026 is cleaning up together, from mess to mastery. This year, we give ourselves permission to take an honest look at what needs attention in our hearts, our habits, and our community. And my understanding is habit is more important than willpower. So we're getting into the habit of cleaning up. Through conscious practice, see, that's where habit comes in, conscious practice, we transform shadow into insight. I like to say I transform shadow into my best friend. We turn resistance into willingness and fear into freedom. Like the lotus, we remember that the mud is not a mistake. It's the material of our awakening. I like to say in my business, it's a mud mask, it's our awakening. Together we rise. Let us read our affirmation together. And if you'd like to join me from mess to mastery, I courageously clean up old belief, patterns, and stories that no longer serve my highest good. I honor the sacred journey from mess to mastery, knowing that every step, muddy and miraculous, move me towards greater clarity and truth. Like the lotus, I rise with grace, remembering I'm supported, guided, and never alone on this path. Wow, that was beautiful. Janice, would you like to come up and light the candle? This light represents the light we are as a community.
As we open ourselves up this morning for today's service, I invite you all to take a nice deep breath and just do your best to bring your attention fully to this present moment. I am grateful for all that will be shared this morning and for all that will be received, because I recognize and affirm that this service is beautifully guided to perfectly unfold in divine right order. I appreciate this opportunity to gather as a community of friends in this place that fully embraces and demonstrates our commitment to safety, accountability, compassion, and extraordinary respect. I am grateful for everyone that has played a part in bringing about our service this morning, and I am grateful for everyone in attendance today, whether you are here in person or joining us virtually. Thank you for being here, because it takes all of us to form this amazing spiritual center, and so it is.
Good morning, Pacific Coast CSL. My name is Carlos Mora, and I am the Vice Chair on your Leadership Council. I'm so happy to be here with you today. I like your energy, Lorraine. All right, so let's go ahead and read our collaboration vision statement together, if you would please join me. Through mindful and respectful exploration, we are creating a healthier foundation that supports and engages a whole beloved community equipped to launch new strategies for a thriving spiritual center. Excellent. Thank you so much. And now I will read our inclusion statement to reaffirm our spiritual principles and affirm who we are as a community. We know all life is interconnected and sacred. We cultivate active care of the earth and honor all creation. We are committed to being a unified community where everyone is included and has equal access to actualize her full potential, regardless of race, color, religion, ethnicity, age, gender identity, sexual orientation, background, physical or mental ability. We live in a loving, respectful coexistence with all. Amen. All right. And on to our community announcements. All right. So we want to thank you, Pacific Coast, for your gift card donations to Interval House. We raised over $1,400 in gift cards. Yeah, give it up. And I'm going to read the thank you letter we received from Interval House. On behalf of everyone at Interval House, I want to sincerely thank you for leading the gift card drive of the Pacific Coast for Spiritual Living. Your generosity and dedication means so much to the children and families we serve. This is the drawing the children created to thank the Pacific Coast Center for Spiritual Living. Beautiful. And they wanted to share with everybody. It beautifully reflects the joy that your efforts have brought into their lives. The gift cards brought hope and happiness and also brightened holidays for children and families, making a real difference during this special season. We are so grateful for your thoughtfulness and support. Thank you for making such a meaningful difference. Wishing you all a wonderful holiday season filled with warmth, happiness, and peace. Warmly, Christine at Interval House. This is all you. That's the power of community right there. All right, and so On January 13, we will begin our first class of 2026. Woo! Our own Reverend Veronica will teach her first class as the new senior minister called Spiritual Practices and Principles. This will be an exploration of metaphysical principles, how to practically apply them to your life, as well as spiritual practices you can utilize to deepen your consciousness. You will need to pick up the book, This Thing Called You, by Ernest Holmes for this class. This class is open to everyone. It is also a foundational class for those interested in becoming members or licensed practitioners. And cost is $120 for early bird and $130 after January 11th. There will also be somebody helping at the end of service to sign people up for the class. So if you need any help signing up, just stop by the table on your way out and somebody will assist you. If you're taking the class to prepare for practitioner studies, there's an additional accreditation fee. So just see Reverend Veronica for additional details. And to the circle is pleased to welcome Jen Lamar as our presenter in January. She will lead Hands of Renewal, a beautiful New Year intuitive painting and somatic release experience happening Saturday, January 24th from 1:30 to 4:30 in the sanctuary. Doesn't that sound magical? Yeah. This is a gentle, embodied workshop where we slow down, reflect on the year behind us, release what we're ready to let go, and intentionally step into the year ahead. Through guided reflection, somatic practices like breath and grounding, and intuitive painting, participants will create 2 paintings, one representing release and one representing what they're choosing to nurture. No painting experience is needed, thank God. This is about presence and process, not perfection. I love that. Early bird pricing is $40 through January 21st, and all materials are included. If you're craving clarity, creative expression, or a meaningful way to mark the new year, this is for you. More details on registration is available on our website. Reach out to the circle leader, Valerie Day, if you have any questions. All right, and on to our birthdays for January. If you have a birthday in January and you would like to be acknowledged, if you feel comfortable to do so, you may please stand up so we can recognize your birthday and receive a gift from one of our practitioners. Happy birthday! You will receive a gift from our practitioners, which is a free prayer session with them so they can hold you for your prayer. And next is our thank yous from the Leadership Council. We have a few, so just let's see. The first one is our thank you for the World Healing Peace Meditation that occurred on December 31st at 4 a.m. here at the center and online. Can I get a show of hands of who was here? That early birds? Wow, amazing. That's a lot of you guys. Good job. And we would like to thank Gary Takeshan and Andre Deloge for continuing to lead our online session. To Ray Bradford and Gail Backman-Wong for leading us here in our sanctuary, and most especially to our tireless John Broderick for pulling it all together and making it technically seamless. Thank you, everyone. Also, thank you to all who contributed to an amazing winter solstice candlelight program on December 21st. All right. And thank you, Valerie Day, for hosting a beautiful Care Circle Sunday last week. Let's give it up for Valerie. All right. right, and now we invite you to go into the silence, the sacred silence that's so powerful. If you feel comfortable to close your eyes, you may do so while the bowls are played and the sacred music provided by our music team.
Right here and right now, with every breath I take, I'm letting go, gonna let it fade away. Right here and right now, I'm getting out of my head and dropping into my heart. Right now, right here, and right now, with every breath I take, I'm letting go, gonna let it fade away. Right here, and right now, I'm getting out of my head, dropping into my heart, and how my mind can turn and twist and spin, just begging for some peace. That's how I know it's time to go within, be still and just breathe. Right here and right now, with every breath I take, I'm letting go, gonna let it fade away. Right here and right now, I'm getting out of my head and dropping into my heart, and with each breath I'll go deeper in this space and ground myself from the peace within this place. I can feel the love, it's flowing all around me. Right here, right now. Yeah, I can feel the love, it's flowing all around me. Right here, right now.
The new year often arrives with noise, countdowns, celebrations, resolutions shouted with hope and pressure all at once. We are told this is the moment to reinvent ourselves, to fix what's broken, to become something better overnight. But what if the new year doesn't ask that of us? What if it doesn't demand a dramatic transformation, but instead offers us something more gentle and far more powerful? The story I'm going to share isn't about perfect beginnings or sudden change. It's about an ordinary person an ordinary year, and an extraordinary truth that every new year begins and starts exactly where we are. On the final night of the year, most people were watching the clock. They watched it the way you watch something that holds power over you, counting down, hoping that when it reached 0, something inside life itself would reset. Fireworks were ready, glasses were raised, wishes were rehearsed in people's minds. But in a small house at the edge of a town, a woman named Evelyn was doing something different. She was sitting at her kitchen table with a single sheet of paper and a pen that she'd had for years. The paper was blank, and she wasn't in a hurry to fill it. Outside her window, laughter and music drifted through the cold air, but Evelyn remained still, listening to the quiet. This year had taken much from her. It had taken familiar routines, a few people she loved, and more certainty than she realized she had depended on. It had tested her faith in ways she never expected, not dramatically, but slowly, the way erosion happens. There were days she had done everything right, but still felt she was falling behind. She didn't want to pretend otherwise. At 11:59, she closed her eyes, not to make a wish, but to tell the truth. "I'm tired," she whispered. "I did my best." When the clock struck midnight, the town erupted in sound. Cheers echoed, fireworks lifted the sky. Somewhere someone shouted, "This is gonna be our year!" But Evelyn smiled softly. She'd heard that before. Instead of cheering, she picked up her pen and she wrote one sentence on the page. "This year, I will begin where I am." The next morning arrived quietly, as mornings do. The calendar now read January 1. But the world hadn't dramatically changed. The dishes still waited in the sink. The same aches lived in her body. The same unanswered questions lingered in the back of her mind. But something was different. The new year didn't feel like a demand. It felt like an invitation. Later that day, Evelyn took a walk through the neighborhood. She passed houses still dark with sleep, sidewalks scattered with confetti, and neighbors moving slowly, as if the year itself needed some time to stretch and awake. At the corner park, she noticed a young man sitting at a bench, staring at his phone. His shoulders were tight and his foot tapped nervously. She greeted him, and he looked up surprised. "Happy New Year," she said. He hesitated and said, "I hope so." They talked for a moment, nothing extraordinary. He was starting over, he said. New job, new city, and he was terrified that he had made a mistake. Evelyn listened, and then she told him about her piece of paper. "I didn't promise myself anything big," she said. "I just promised to begin honestly." He nodded slowly, as if that thought had loosened something inside him. Over the next few weeks, the year unfolded the way years always do, imperfectly. But Evelyn still had days of doubt, days when grief arrived without warning, days when she wondered if she should have tried to be braver, tried harder, done more. But instead of asking, "Am I doing enough?" she asked something new. What is the next kind step I can take? Some days that step was small. Making soup, calling an old friend, resting without guilt. Other days it would be harder, apologizing, letting go, trying again after disappointment. And something remarkable happened, not at once, but slowly. The more she stopped demanding the year fix her, the more it seemed to offer exactly what she needed: moments of connection, quiet courage, unexpected joy tucked into ordinary days. Spring came, then summer, then fall, and one afternoon near the end of the year, Evelyn returned to that same kitchen table. She found the piece of paper she had written on months before. The sentence was still there. "This year, I will begin where I am." She realized that the power of the new year had never been in the date, the fireworks, or the promises people shouted into the night. The power was in the willingness to begin again, without pretending, without waiting to be perfect, without needing to know how everything would turn out. The year, she understood, had been waiting all along, waiting for honesty, waiting for courage that felt like humility, waiting for an open heart, open enough to take the next step, one at a time. As the next year approached, New Year's Eve, Evelyn smiled, not because she expected the year ahead to be easy, but because she trusted herself now to meet it. After all, every new year begins the same way, not at midnight, not with noise or resolution, but in the quiet moment when somebody decides, "I'm still here, and I'm ready and willing to begin." Because the truth is, the year ahead is not waiting for a better you or me. It's waiting for us, right where we are. And that is more than enough. And so it is.
One power, one power, one power. There's only one power, invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. It's one power indescribable, and you speak it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Bahalua, angels' wings, or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power. Yeah, we speak so many languages, have different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is, it's only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. Yeah, we'll remember once we close our eyes and see that such distances, they were never meant to be. Hey, call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Bahalua, Hashem, or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, it's your sign, it's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth, or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, power, can't you see? Yeah, whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of love in you and me. One power, one power. It's a moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby. It's the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon for its love that's most deep. It's one power. It's one power.
One power.
It's the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power.
Thank you. That's amazing. One more time. Just give them some love. Happy New Year, Pacific Coast. And Happy New Year to those of you that are watching live online, and to those of you that may be watching this as a recording. We send you our love. Yes. So, about 2010, I stepped into my first Center for Spiritual Living, the Universal Spirit Center in San Diego. And honestly, I was a bit reluctant to be there. I wasn't really a churchy kind of person at the time, and I was really there to be supportive of a friend of mine who invited me to hear her sing. So I was just feeling awkward, and at the time, the Universal Spirit Center in San Diego was hosting their services out of the Masonic Temple, a Masonic lodge. So there I was, feeling awkward, and the surroundings were added a little bit to addition to my awkwardness at the Masonic lodge. But as I started to engage in the experience, the senior minister, Reverend Kevin Busey, spoke. And I was really amazed at how just genuine he was, how much he took his humanness, and he wasn't embarrassed about his humanness, and he brought that in and tied that in with his spiritual practice, and I'd never heard a minister do that before. And as I was listening to my friends sing, I was looking around the room, and I realized, oh my gosh, this is a community of people that believe pretty much the same thing that I've been practicing on my own. Because up till then, I had been studying Wayne Dyer and Abraham Hicks. Abraham Hicks has been a huge influence on my life, and of course, Louise Hay. So my whole plan had been to go to service and then as quickly and as soon as possible to make a polite exit. But I was so taken by this experience of realizing there's a community of people that believe like I believe, and they're out there practicing together, that I hung around for a little bit. I went to the community gathering, and I gravitated towards the books. They were selling books, and books are kind of my friend. And I approached the person that was staffing the books, and I said, "What do you recommend?" And they hand me this. The Science of Mind book by Ernest Holmes. Right? Yeah, it's just a little like, right. And here I am, standing with this thing that's kind of like a doorstop. And I said, are you sure this is the book I ought to be reading? Oh yeah, you want to read this book. And honestly, I don't know if it was just my pride and my politeness. I said, okay, yes. So I purchased the book, I took it home, and I kind of read it in kind of fits and starts. This book is over 650 pages. And the language, it was originally written by Ernest Holmes in 1926, was the original version, and later he revised it and expanded on it, and it was republished in 1938. And the 1938 version is the version that you will hear people most frequently reference. And the reason I'm bringing up the topic of the science of mind and Ernest Holmes is that in our tradition here at the Centers for Spiritual Living, at the beginning of the year, we generally review the first 3 chapters of the Science of Mind, the introductory chapters. For those of you that don't know who Ernest Holmes is, he wrote the philosophy of the Science of Mind. He was a metaphysician, and his teachings are the basis for our teachings here at the Centers for Spiritual Living. Now, as I mentioned, this is really in our age of TLDR, too long didn't read. This is a pretty hefty read. This is not a 30-second elevator speech or a 250-word snippet of wisdom. And it can be intimidating. Its pronouns are dated. It was written almost 100 years ago, and some of the language that's used there and the explanations that Ernest had to create were because there weren't the language at the time. If you think about what was going on back in the 20s and 30s, what the world must have been like. So those concepts that he's described didn't really exist or weren't discussed in the same way as they are now. A little bit about Ernest is that actually the first chapter of the book, I should say, is The Thing Itself. What a title for a first chapter, an entry to the book. The Thing Itself. Before I get into what the thing itself is, I want to just tell you a little bit more about Ernest. He was born in 1887 into a Protestant family in very modest means in Lincoln, Maine. He didn't have an extensive formal education, but he was very curious, and he read a lot. Some call him an autodidact, but he was self-taught. When he was about 15, that would be 1902, he left his home in Maine and he went to Boston. And there in Boston, he started to pursue some of his personal interests. One of his interests was in performance, and public speaking. So he started to attend classes at the Leland Powers School in Boston. Public speaking was, people went often to hear public speakers at that time. There was no television, there was no radio. And during that time, he got introduced to the works of Ralph Waldo Emerson, and who he would cherish throughout his life. And he would say reading Emerson was like drinking water to him. And he also became introduced to Mary Baker Eddy and Christian Science teachings, which is in the New Thought lineage that we practice. And eventually that would lead him to studying briefly with Emma Curtis Hopkins, the mother, the grandmother of New Thought. So he's really, at this time, laying his foundation as a speaker and as a teacher and a metaphysical healer. In 1912, he came out here to California, to Venice, California, to join his brother Fenwick. And in 1919, he publishes his first book, The Creative Mind. Over the course of his life, he'll publish about 13 or so books, in addition to the Science of Mind magazine, countless articles. In 1927, he meets Hazel Foster, and Hazel was described as a LA socialite and would eventually become a powerful practitioner in her own right. And in 1927, Ernest marries Hazel. And they stay married for about 30 years until Hazel passes in 1957. And they were very close, and it was very hard for Ernest to let go of Hazel. And it was a heavy loss for him. Ernest will shed his mortal coil in 1960. Now, you may not know that Ernest was a commanding speaker, and he had a very large audience. A large following. And that he was known towards the later in his career, he had to find increasingly larger venues to speak at, and he would speak at the Biltmore Hotel, for example, that could hold up to about 3,000 people. So it speaks to what an audience he had. He also had a radio show and a TV show at one point, and if you go out to YouTube or the Science of Mind archives, you can still hear his talks. I was introduced to Ernest Holmes through his writings and the recorded talks. But more recently, I've become to understand and appreciate that he was a very powerful metaphysical healer. And there are countless stories of people that went to Ernest for healing through prayer. His brother Fenwick tells a story about a World War I veteran. Remember, Ernest lives through World War I, through World War II. So this veteran from World War I, this British veteran of World War I, had shell shock, or what we would now call PTSD. He was in really bad shape, and he heard about Ernest, and he traveled across the ocean, across the continent, to spend time with Ernest for prayer. And according to this gentleman, he did receive a healing, and it changed his life, and he was able to move on with his life. And that happened before the publication of The Science of Mind in 1938 or 1926. So it tells you that Ernest already had established himself as a healer long before he had actually started his writing process. What Ernest called a spiritual mind treatment, we might more easily understand as an affirmative prayer that we currently practice here at the Centers for Spiritual Living. And Ernest believed fervently that anyone can learn this prayer. Anyone can make this contact with the divine and to heal their lives. So what I've come to understand about this book is that this is a textbook that he wrote for doing those prayers. So he dives in really deep. You don't need to read the book to learn how to do the prayer, but it's just to inform, to dive into it more. So I'm supposed to be here talking about the thing itself. And in the first chapter of this book, what Ernest is doing and he's setting us up for is before we can learn to pray, to really understand, to have these deep prayers, is we need to understand the nature of God and our relationship as human beings to that God of our understanding. The first sentence is, we all look forward to the day when science and religion shall walk hand in hand through the visible to the invisible. That's how he starts the book. He starts talking about the relationship of science and religion. Remember, in his day, there was even more of a chasm between science and religion than there is now. We're starting to really see science and scientific understanding come into, the research is starting to help us understand what we've always considered metaphysical. So there's kind of this joining that's happening again. But at that time, it was even further apart. So he wants us to understand that to understand the metaphysical, we're going to apply scientific principles to that, a scientific understanding of, or a scientific process of understanding. The road to freedom lies not through mysteries or occult performances, but through the intelligent use of nature's forces and laws. The law of mind is a natural law in the spiritual world. What Ernest is telling us is that there's a natural order to things. There's a natural laws that are at play and at work. That there's nothing mysterious about the way the universe works, about the way God works in our lives, that we can come to understand what it is. And he ties it in deeply to our freedom and our ability to make choice, our free will. So, before we go deeper into prayer, which we're going to look into more over the next couple weeks, is we need to understand what he means by mind. And what Ernest described as mind, he meant consciousness. And he said that although we have two words that we use for consciousness, the conscious consciousness and subconscious consciousness, that they are really one and the same consciousness that we have. And this is an imperfect analogy, but I'm going to use it to help describe what I'm talking about. And also, I did use a GPT to generate this image, so I don't know how accurate the whole root system is there. So think about your conscious mind as that part that you see, the part of the tree you see above the ground. Right? The tree, the trunk, the branches, the leaves. When you recognize the thoughts you're thinking, when you're thinking about the words you're going to speak, when you're thinking about, you're conscious of the actions you're taking. That's your consciousness.
The monkeys in the trees.
The monkeys in the trees. Well, you know, are the monkeys in the trees? Sometimes we're conscious of the monkeys in the trees, and sometimes we're unconscious of the monkeys in the trees, right? So that's a good segue, Ryan, into the subconscious. So the subconscious is everything that's below the surface. In this case, the roots of the tree. There's no separation between the roots that are below the surface and the tree that's above the ground, just as there's no separation in our minds between our conscious thought and the subconsciousness. It's just all of our consciousness. It's all of our minds. And the subconscious maybe come out to play in our dreams. It may be what those monkeys that are swinging around that we're not aware of that are influencing our lives. It could also be those things that we've been taught that we're unaware of that we've been taught that are influencing us. Now, another thing to notice about where our subconscious or our subconscious lies is in the earth, like the tree roots are in the earth. Our subconscious is in the consciousness of God. This one mind. So we are experience our lives as individuals, but we are, in reality, individuated expressions of the one mind. So our connection with the divine is through our consciousness, and our subconsciousness is in that oneness. Following along a little bit here? Okay. And we'll talk more, I think, probably in the coming weeks about how this works and how to make it operate in your life. The mind which we discover within us is the mind that governs everything. This is the thing itself, and we should recognize its simplicity. The thing itself is the oneness that we know of as God, as spirit, as source, as life source. And Ernest encourages us to not be afraid of it, but to be in awe of it. That because of this spirit that is us, individuated as us, is expressing through us, we have this freedom to connect with spirit. Always. It is always there and present for us. In supporting us, in guiding us as we become aware of what we're thinking. And through our thought, we can change the experience and our perception of life itself. And with that comes an enormous power and responsibility. Yes? Yeah. So, would you like your call to action for the week? Yes. All right. Your call to action this week is to pause from time to time and ask yourself, where did that thought come from? Who's thinking that thought? Who taught me to think that thought? Just pay attention to what you're thinking. All right. Got a couple more minutes. All right. One more minute. Why don't you just untangle yourself and put your feet on the floor? Sit up, allow the chair that you're sitting in or wherever you're at to just support you. Just as the divine supports you in all that you do. And as we start this beautiful new year, we know that right here, right now, there is this divine creative spirit that is life, that is God, that is love, that is joy, that is freedom. And this freedom is our freedom. This joy is our joy. This life is our life expressing through us right here and right now. And each and every moment, we have the power to transform our lives, to transform the world, to make this the place that we know that it can be, to live in the world that we all know is possible. And with great gratitude, I release this knowingness of this power of this life, of the divine, expressing through myself and each and every individual that hears these words. And I say, thank you. Thank you, life. And I release it, knowing it's done and it's good. And so it is. Thank you, Pacific Coast. Have a very happy New Year.
And I think now I can see sometimes the things we think we want, where they just aren't meant to be. It's starting to come together, it's finally making sense. Things happen for a reason, there's nothing left to chance. I wanna breathe in this life, let it all go, relax, learn to just be. Surrender to what's meant for me, yeah. Breathe in this life. Well, the tighter you hold and the harder you try to figure it out, to understand why, is the more time you lose and the more you miss out on what's most important, what life is all about. So go on, breathe in your life, let it all go, relax, learn to just be, yeah. Take it all in, give up control, surrender to what's meant to be, yeah. Breathe in your is a must. Have a little faith and learn to trust. Open your eyes, you'll see, yeah. You can't fall far, 'cause right where you are, it's exactly where you need to be. Breathe in your life, let it all go, relax, learn to just be. Surrender, breathe in your life, let it all go, relax, learn to just be, yeah. Take it all in, give up control, surrender to what's meant to be, yeah. Breathe in your life.
Thank you for bringing us so much lightness and love through music. The music team. Reverend Jesse, we love you and we love the basics. And yes, you are our favorite storyteller, Janice Cuerva. Oh my goodness. If you are an usher, I didn't get your name, raise your hand. Florette's an usher. Who else? Oh, Janice. Deborah. Am I missing anybody? Cheryl. The ushers. Okay. Some of you sit in care circles with me, care groups, and the words that come up are love, gratitude, connection, and you say it in the care group, you feel it when I say it, and that's the reason we give. So join me in our affirmation. We give with open hearts to this community with shared commitment and purpose. As we give, we prosper, cultivating growth, connection, and shared abundance for all. And just pass the baskets and share that abundance. All right, let's see what's next here. Oh, ways to give. Text to give. Little marks. Press the easy button. Go to the website. There's so many different ways to give. And now would our practitioners please stand? Affirmative prayer, ladies and gentlemen, are licensed experts, and we're so happy to have them. They'll hold you in prayer this week, or you can join them where it says prayer happens here. Thank you. Today, we have a very special day. We have children, we have Wenda. Do we have the gang ready to go? Am I too quick? I think they must be somewhere. You know, it's raining today. They're ready? Oh, a silver Subaru. What about a silver Subaru? Is somebody blocked in by a silver Subaru? Yes. Is that possible? Ryan, what are we talking about? We got it? Okay. And now, after that wonderful discussion, we have the children.
You gotta find your people that'll call your bluff. Yeah, they ride along when the road is rough. You gotta find your people, the ones that make you feel equal. Yeah, they pick you up, they won't put you down. They help find your way through the lost and found. In a world full of strangers, you don't know who to trust. All you see is danger, trying to find what you lost. You can't go it alone, everybody needs help. You gotta find your people, then you find yourself. You gotta find your people, then you find yourself. You gotta find your people, then you find yourself.
Ooh, yeah. Thank you, Melissa and Des, Michael. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. Wow, I think we have almost as many kids as we have adults. That's amazing. It's good to see everyone. So my name is Wenda, and I'm the youth director here at Pacific Coast. And these are the beautiful children who arrived in the rain. They've got their coats and umbrellas, and we've got a bag. I don't know where that bag went, but we have a huge bag of jackets and all kinds of fun stuff. So, okay, let me just take a minute to collect. Do you guys want to breathe in with me? I'm sure you've done a lot of that, but I could use it. It's been a fun whirlwind. Okay, let's just breathe in. Yeah, good. Hi, Maggie. Okay, so today we did our version of what you were talking about over here, and that is the one life, the one love, expressing uniquely through each of us. And so we did that by reading this incredible book called Be. That's right. And you can only imagine what we thought it sounded like. Be you. Well, I think that was more Mr. Ian and I. Oh, and a big shout out, thank you to Mr. Ian, you know. Never a day off, always showing up in some way. So we enjoyed the story, and which shares the beauty of being uniquely us. And we talked about how it's wonderful to be unique and different. And then we created personal, I call them vision boards, but really we're just going to call them BU boards. This is to show how God expresses through us. So if I can get each of you to hold up your BU pages, hold them up high. Yes, amazing. We just drew things that made us feel uniquely us. And we learned that being ourselves is a beautiful and important way to express the greatness of God. Yeah. Yes, indeed. And so as we honor our own uniqueness, we allow God, Spirit, life, we talked about all the different names of God, to shine more brightly in the world. So let's all be uniquely us and go out there in this rainy week and shine our lights. I don't know what's going on over there, but they're expressing themselves uniquely and beautifully as the divine creation of God that they are. And so let's all just go out there and shine our lights so bright that we part those clouds and bring the sunshine through. Yes. Have a great week, everybody. Happy New Year.
All right. You know, we learn the best from the children. Thank you, Wenda. Thank you. And now it's time for Rachel Rosen. Will you please come and take out the light? Let us open the circle and take our light into the world with our intention from today's service. Reverend Jesse, the benediction.
You guys want to help? I meant them. All right, if you're able, please stand if you're able. If you're not able to stand, sit a little taller in wherever you're sitting. Just shake it out a little bit because you've been sitting for a little while. Feel your feet connected to the floor. Feel yourself connected to the earth. And let's answer this for me. What's going on here? Something wonderful is happening through me right now. And what's happening right now? It's this thing called life. And where is life? Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is all that I am. Life is all that we are. And what are we going to do with this thing called life? I receive it, I am it, and I share it with all. And how am I going to share this thing called life? Just the way it appears, and just the way it appears not. And now here it is, folks. The most important words you're probably going to say today. So make sure your feet are connected. Feel that energy moving up through your knees, up through your body, up through the top of your head. And on the count of 3, let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, life.
Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Come on! Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us be reminded, let us be reminded who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Come on, man. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.